Hello everyone, this is Premacharya from Dented Code. Welcome back to HTML course for Absolute Beginner Part 3. In the previous tutorial, we created our first web page where we incorporate with some elements like headings, paragraph, div, spam, and section, article, and footers. So in this tutorial, we are going to continue the same web page that we created in the previous tutorial. And in this tutorial, we are going to look into the HTML list and HTML table. HTML lists and HTML tables are extremely useful when you want to manage data on the web page. Okay, so let's start working on the HTML list first. So let's do list, and there are two types of list. So we have one. So we are going to look into the list and table today. So in the list we have two types of list. One is order list and the another one is unorder list. Okay, so let's start looking at the order list first. To create the order list, we need to use the element called OL. OL stands for order list. So order list, and hit enter, it will create the opening and closing tag. So regardless order list or unorder list, we need the list item inside the order list. So the order list will bound the list, whatever we have here, how many number of lists you want to use here. It will bound all the list in one block, and this one will tell you what sort of list these are going to be, order or unorder. So to create the order list, so we open the OL tag and close the OL tag, and inside we need li. Li stands for list. So here let's give this list a label. There is a tag called label we can use. So don't worry about the for attribute for now. I just want to leave as it is. So what I want to do here is I just want to type the fundamental of the modern web developments. Okay, this is just some text. Okay, so you want to list the item, or let's say you want to list some fundamental of modern web developments. So what that can be, so let's say you have few things. Maybe you have like a HTML, or and you have CSS, and you also have JavaScript. Okay, so let's say you have a list item, so HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Those are the list for fundamental of web development. If you just save here, now see, this is how it, okay, just comment out, don't need that. See here the fundamental of modern web development. Now list, this is showing as a list. It is showing like a vertical. Lists are always showing vertical unless you use CSS to play around with. So by default they are vertical. Okay, so in list you see you have number 1 2 3. So it can be like, it can be as like a 1 2 3 or ABC or other variable. Okay, let's say inside the HTML, for example, you want to create another list inside the list. So we can create another list inside the list. Let's say we start, this one is fundamental of the web development. They are HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Let's say inside the Java HTML, you want to also maybe write something, let's say elements and attributes. So that you can do OL again, and inside li for list, and maybe do elements and the attributes, save it, and see inside the HTML you can see attribute and elements. So see, this is not right. You start with 1 and then 2 3 here, and again 1 and 2. So this one it can be changed. So there are I'll just put it here, order list. So you can write as a 1 2 3 list, which is by default number, or you can use small a, capital A, or small I, or capital I. So if I choose this one to be displayed as, let's say, A B, we need to provide attribute called type. Give the type, what do you want to do. One, here you can see my code intelligence showing the possible value. You can use any of them. Let's say one is default, which is already here. Let's put A, and if you save, now you can see ABC. So if you want to use, let's say, I, you can use I as well. Yeah, and save it. Now you can see it's changed to I. So, and the similarly you can try with the capital A. We'll make the listing with the capital A, B, and capital I as well. Okay, that's what you can use with this one. This is the order list. Now if you want to, let's say, create unorder list, so you don't want this list to be marked in the number, so you don't want to organize with the number, so I will just want with the dot, or just the dot without any ranking. So to create the unorder list, we need to create the element with UL. UL stands for unorder list, and we definitely need list item. Let's say in list item, what we want to create here, maybe let's create give some level here just to make it interesting. So the places to visit in Sydney. So if you want to come in Sydney and place the place in Sydney, definitely you want to visit in this listing. Okay, I'm just copying pasting to save my time. So okay, you write UL, opening tag and closing tag, and provide the li for list item. Okay, this is important, you need to provide li. So when you save it, okay, already saved, it's already, you can see the dot. Yeah, so by default is a black dot. In the unorder list as well, you have some option similar to the order list. The options for unorder list are simply disk, square, and circle. Disk means the dot. If you use, let's say, square, you need to again provide the type first, type, and save it. Now they become square. And if you change to circle, it will create the circle. And if you want to leave it default, just remove this one. Okay, leave as a circle for now, just for your reference, guys. So you can use one of these as per your need. So okay, what else? Okay, I think that is all for the listing. So listing is pretty straightforward. You first tell what sort of listing you want, order list or unorder list, and then you tell the type of the list, what do you want as an attribute in the opening of the order or unorder list attribute, and inside you provide li, which is list item, and put the value inside the list item. So that is it for the list. And let's look into the table. Table also have a few elements that goes inside the elements. Okay, so tables come in the layer. So first, as you already guessed, to create the table, we write down table, hit enter table, and inside the table we need to first create the row. To create the table row, you need to write down table row. And okay, so this is normally when you create table, you create the table first. Table has a row and column, right? So this one will bound all the table as a one block, and tr will create the row, each row, and inside the tr we create column by typing td. So if you need more than one column, you just write more opening and closing td tag, create the column. So this is saying we are creating table with 1 row and 3 column. If you want 2 row with the 3 column as well, we need to copy that thing. So we need another line. Okay, so let's save it. We're not gonna see anything here because this is just the elements. So you need to provide some information. So if you want to write the semantic elements to create the table, you can also use t head. So inside the table, first create the table head with the t head, and inside the table head, now we provide the tr. Of course, we need table row, and inside the table row, we need table heading as a column. So let's say we create 3 of this one. Okay, I'll just remove this one so that you don't get confused. Okay, so we are creating semantic table. So we got the table, and we have a table head section. In head section, we have table row and column with the t heads. Okay, now similarly, what we can do is we create the table body. Okay, so we put under the table head, we create table body, and again we need row, table row, and we need table column. Here we don't use t heads, now we use td for table row. Okay, so since we have 3 header, let's call id id name, and let's say is you have this data to be displayed in the table. Okay, the id name and age here, let's give a border to this table so that we can see as a tabular form. So to do that, we go to the table opening tag and just give a border equals to 1. So this is not how we do, guys, actually, so I'm just putting this one so that we can see here. Okay, and let's make this table spread through across the page by putting width equals to 100%. 100% means total width of the parent. Okay, so okay, this is the header name and age. So this is the header section, id name and age. Now let's create the body section. So we have a row, we have a column. Here you can see that you can create 3 column, and let's put maybe id 1 2 3, maybe put Jack, and maybe is, let's say 20, and let's copy this one. You can copy by selecting and hitting alt shift and down arrow button, and let's put id 4, put till maybe 25 maybe, and save it. Now see how it's data showing now. The header part, because we are using t heads, it's making like a header more bold, more visible, and the data is like a normal one. So this is how you display the table. So if you need more row or more table, you just increase the number of row by tr including td, and if you only need to create more column, you just increase the number of td. If you just put extra td here, it will look some funny, see, well, because there is no td and td here. So in case, let's remove that. Let's say if you want to let's do one thing. I just want to show you one thing. Here, this is first name, and this one is last name. Yeah, okay, so the data is pushed, so they are not let's fix that. So we need last name here. Let's put maybe Smith, and okay, give same thing to both. Last name can be same. Okay, here let's say if you want to let's say Jill doesn't have a last name, and if Jill doesn't have a last name, and if you have to delete that, it's gonna leave this area empty. But you can remove this one by, if you just delete this part, this row, it's not gonna solve the problem, because the edge will come here to stay next to the first cell. So if you want to keep the edge in the right place, but you don't want to show this empty, you can combine these two cells. To combine these two cells, basically you need to do call spam attribute in the first TD which you want to combine with the next. So if you do call span, so you tell browser how many column you want to make as one. If you say 2, let's say if you say 3, it will make all from here 1 2 3 as one. Okay, and this one was there before, that's why it's pushed out there, but it taking the space for 1 2 3 column, but we only need 2. Save it, and now we don't need this, because we are telling browser to occupy 2 column space for specific this column. Now this way you can occupy the 2 column but not messing up the table. Okay, quick review what we did here. So basically we can create we can organize data using the list and table. So in list we have a order list and unorder list, and in order list we can use number or ABC, small letter or capital letter, or Roman count with I or capital I. Yeah, and we can make list inside the list as well, like so, by creating another order list inside the list item. So you can do same thing with the unorder list as well. So unorder list also have 3 types: this, square, and the circle. And with the table, we need to create table, and inside the table you can make a semantic elements by providing table head and table body, and provide tr for the table row and td for the table column, and in the header case we provide t heads for table header. And other thing, one more information I want to tell you: if you want to put some caption on this table, you can do so by providing the caption right under the table. There is a element called caption, and write down what is it for. Let's say this table for user info, let's say. When you save it, it will show right on the top. Okay, so that's how you display the caption. Yeah, that is all for the data management using list, unorder list, order list, and the table. If you have any questions, please write down in the comment section and I'll try to respond as soon as possible. So that is all for this video. In the next video, I'm thinking to create the video for the forms. Forms are the very important part of the web development. In the form, we will learn about all the input types and then the form methods. Okay guys, that's it for now. I'll see you in the next video. See you next.